think that limited editions are a scam. If I had a bad day, I deserve to have a treat. Maybe shopping will make me feel better. If you feel empty shortly after you did some shopping, or if you feel guilty and regretful after spending money, this video is for you. For the longest time, I believed that shopping is my therapy, and I feel like in modern world, people do think that shopping is their therapy, especially women. A new pair of shoes is instant happiness. If I buy a cute new planner or a cute stationery, I immediately feel more organized. But what I didn't realize back then is that shopping was my way to cope with depression. In this video, I will share habits that I had during that phase, how they affected me, and the realizations that helped me change. If you feel empty shortly after you did some shopping, or if you feel guilty and regretful after spending money, this video is for you. Some of these habits were really important for me to acknowledge and understand, especially 5, 6, and 7, like the last ones. They are really, really important. The first habit is buying aesthetics and not the life. I think that I chased certain aesthetic in the past when I was shopping excessively. I thought that if I buy this or that, I will become this person, someone who wakes up at 6 a.m., someone who eats clean, someone who does running in the morning, something who is very productive, this kind of aesthetic. And I will become this person. Just if I prepared to become this person, which prepared means if I buy all the stuff needed to become this person. So I bought expensive sportive clothes, I bought water bottles, yoga and stretching equipment. What I didn't realize is that aesthetics, they do not build habits. Actions do, but you cannot buy habits. You have to build them yourself. When you're trying to buy an identity, it's like you're putting on a costume and you're trying to wear it without ever taking it off. It might look good for a short period of time, but it doesn't change the way you are inside. It doesn't change who you are as a person. And when you're trying to squeeze yourself in a particular aesthetic that has special rules, that is very defined, you're losing the part of yourself that is your identity, because people are very complicated, very nuanced. We have different preferences and styles, and we're changing throughout the time, where one person cannot fit in one aesthetic. And even if they can, trying to fit in a certain aesthetic, it's very limiting for you as a human being, in my opinion, of course. And then when you cannot fit into this aesthetic, when you cannot become this person that you imagine or you see on the internet, then you start to blame yourself. You start to feel like a failure. You feel burned out because of that. It has terrible consequences. The result is always the same. So you cannot purchase your way into a new version of yourself. You cannot. You have to grow into a new version of yourself if you want to become someone else. If you want to be a better version of yourself, you have to grow into it. You cannot buy it. Nothing can buy it. No item will make you a new version of yourself. So, second habit is shopping for motivation. Another trap I fell into. I was shopping to get motivated. I would buy a new planner. I really like stationery, planners, and all of this. I would buy a new planner to feel motivated, to become more organized. I would buy again some yoga and stretching clothes, some equipment. I thought that this will make me like yoga or stretching or Pilates, and I will do it more. Or buying some protein powder or expensive groceries, buying a lot of groceries, or buying courses thinking that this will motivate you to study. Motivation doesn't come from spending money. It doesn't come from purchases. Maybe short-term motivation, yes, but I'm speaking about long-term motivation, something that keeps you going for 6 months, for 1 year, for 2 years, 3 years. And spending money can give you short-term motivation for a week, 2, maybe a month, but not more than that. Long-term motivation comes from doing something. So buying new things, buying some tools, doesn't guarantee that you will use them. You have to build the habit first, and then you can reward yourself by buying something. So if you want to start doing sports, first thing that you do is not buying equipment or sport clothes. First thing you do is you start doing sports. And then when you feel like you've built a habit, you can reward yourself or buy something that will help you continue. But you have to first do and then buy something to reward yourself. The third habit was my behavior towards limited edition versions. Now I think that limited editions are a scam. I will explain why I think this way. I thought that if I don't buy a limited edition item, I will miss out on something. If I don't buy it right now, I will never be able to have it, and it made me feel sad for some reason. I also thought that owning something rare, something that other people cannot buy it anymore, it makes me special. Like, I have this and most people don't have it. I'm one of the few people that have it. I'm special, I'm unique. But in reality, shopping for limited editions made me anxious. I was constantly rushing decisions. I was spending money out of fear, not out of my desire. And limited editions, in my opinion, are designed to manipulate you. Brands create this fake urgency to control your decision through the fear of missing out. The reality is that I wish I could make my audience realize that brands and companies, they're not in control of you. It's the opposite. You are in control of them. Because brands are big and they have a lot of money, we have this kind of fake perspective that they are bigger than us. But we are the customers, we decide on what we want to spend our money. So limited editions, they are created in attempt to control your purchasing decision. I almost feel like it's like a threat. You see, this is limited edition. We're releasing this, and if you don't buy it right now, you will never be able to buy it. Well, okay, it's your choice to release something that is limited edition. If it happens that I didn't manage to buy it, okay, I will buy something similar from another brand. It's your choice to make it limited edition, so I didn't miss out on anything. And what about feeling special because you own something rare and exclusive? That doesn't have a real value. It's not very hard to own something exclusive. If you have money for it, you don't need to work hard to get it. And what actually makes you special is not what you own, it's not the objects around you. It's really easy to take away the objects from you. You can be robbed, your house might get on fire, and you lose the objects that you have. It's much harder to lose your own self. So your experiences, your skills, your values, your growth as a person, this is what makes you special. This makes you unique, not a product that you own, not a rare thing that you own. This is not what makes you special as a person. My fourth pattern was prioritizing looks over quality. Of course, I, like many people, fell in this trap. I had a lot of nice clothes, but most of them were low quality, like made of polyester and other plastic. I owned many things that look good on the photos, that look good on the videos, on social media, but that were actually uncomfortable, and you know how bad quality clothes feel. I owned makeup that looked really beautiful, but I didn't really use it because it was either unpractical, or I didn't like the formula, or it wasn't actually something that I used in my daily routine. Of course, this also makes us buy some trendy things that we don't actually need and end up being a disappointment because of the image of this being in big demand, especially on social media. And I was shopping, I don't know, I feel like for some version of myself that will be more validated, that will be more accepted by others, which actually in real life, in my experience, turned out not to be the case. I became more accepted and validated and admired by people when I actually started to work on myself, on me as a person, on my skills, my knowledge. I cannot say not on the way I look because this is not necessarily true, but it doesn't matter so much to have a lot of clothes. What matters is your clothes to look good, to be clean, you know? It doesn't matter how much makeup you own, but it matters that your makeup looks good and clean. Okay, we reached some of the most important insights. that I realized for myself. Another habit, another pattern that I had is shopping as a form of control. Well, it was a period of my life where I didn't feel control over anything. Everything felt like chaos. Everything felt like it's out of my control. Everything felt uncertain. And when I would feel this way, I would go shopping. Because shopping made me feel like I do have control, because I can decide what to buy and I can kind of shape my world with shopping, buying a new version of me. But in reality, this was just avoidance. I was avoiding making decisions. I was avoiding facing hardships. I was avoiding taking responsibility for certain things. And because I couldn't control me, my situation, what's happening in my life, I could control what I'm buying. So I was kind of using it to feel that I'm in control, at least somewhere in my life. In this little part of my life, I do have control. Another habit that I had, I was obsessively filling the gaps in my life. I had these kind of thoughts like, I need to buy just last a white pair of shoes, and my wardrobe, the wardrobe that I think about, the complete wardrobe, is finalized, it's complete. Or I need to buy this makeup item, this kind of blush in this color, and that's it. And my makeup collection is complete. It's finalized. It's good to go. I don't know, some kind of gadget or a planner. This planner, I only need this last one to complete my organization setup. I finally will feel organized and everything will be ideal after I buy this planner. All of these thoughts, of course, they're all delusional, they're all not true. I was trying to buy something to complete my life, to feel that this part of my life is complete, and from now on, I need to do something after I buy this last piece. These kind of thoughts are coming from the feeling of being not enough, of being not complete, of some kind of insecurity that you need this last thing and everything will change after that. I just realized that I can never complete myself, I can never complete my life or feel complete if I buy something, if I own something. This will never end. This kind of just one last thing and I feel okay, I don't need to buy anything else after that. Then there's another thing coming that you need to buy and then you will feel complete and you can stop. No, this will never stop. Like, I'm not incomplete because I don't own something. The cause of this feeling of being incomplete is something deeper and something that I should have worked on with my therapist earlier. But I ended up working with a therapist, so everything is fine now. And lastly, the last habit was, of course, emotional spending, rewarding every mood that I had. I used to treat shopping like a way of handling my emotions, and good or bad emotions. If I had a bad day, I deserve to have a treat. If I had a good day, well, great, let's celebrate it with shopping. If I feel bored, lonely, anxious, uncertain, maybe shopping will make me feel better. Shopping has become my go-to coping mechanism. And it gave me quick happiness, quick dopamine. But after shopping, I was the feeling that my space is really cluttered, that my life is cluttered, and a lot of guilt. And I had to realize that shopping will never fix my feelings. If these are bad feelings, it can hide them for a while. Or if I feel happy, it can boost happiness for a short period of time. But it will never have great impact. It will never make the sadness go away or boost the happiness so that it lasts for longer. The real peace with myself came from facing my emotions, not avoiding them, not trying to silence them with some stuff, but actually facing them. If I feel lonely and bored and anxious, okay, what is the reason for these emotions? I realized, and I needed to learn how to do it, of course, but I needed to learn how to live through my emotions, how to exist with them, whether these are sad, like bad, negative emotions, how people say it, or positive, happy emotions. Just live through them. If I feel really bad, try to talk with myself and understand the cause of this emotion. If I'm happy, I don't need to celebrate with spending money. I can just live through this happiness and enjoy it. Yeah, just exist with it. Happy moments, they happen. It's not the first, not the last happy moment in my life. And sad moments also happen. This is just life. I don't need to do anything about these emotions unless I want to get rid of them or they bring me harm, right? Then I need to work through them. So, shopping is never an option to deal or boost any kind of emotions. Breaking free from shopping addiction wasn't easy. I worked with a therapist, not on the shopping addiction, but on the, you know, it's hard to feel your emotions. I was used to just numbing my emotions instead of feeling them. And I was trying to hide myself and my feelings instead of facing them and understanding that something is wrong and I need help. But I went through this and I think that many people can go through this as well. Let me know what toxic shopping habits you had in the past or you still have now and you're dealing with them. Let me know what you think about my shopping patterns that I had in the past. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.